We're joined now by UConn head coach Dan Hurley with Terrace Reed Jr., Braylon Mullins, solo ball, and Alex Caraban. We'll ask Coach to open things up with some thoughts. Then we'll take questions for the student athletes first. Coach.
Yeah, number one, congratulations to Michigan. Just incredibly talented, incredibly imposing team physically, obviously well coached, great staff. Just overall, just a tremendous university. With what they're able to accomplish in sports. So obviously, for us, it's tough. Again, we did not come here for watches. We came here for rings, and it's hard to be. I'm not real emotional. Players are crying a lot more than I am. It's hard to be upset with your team. We lost the game because we missed. We missed. We didn't make enough shots. But it's hard to be upset with your team when they get 22 offensive rebounds versus that team. I mean, that's just how hard we just played to hold, that team to 38% from the field. But obviously, I just thought, the guys picking up 2 fouls in the first half, losing those 3 guys when we thought had a great chance going to the locker room with the lead, really put us in a bad spot. But it's hard to be disappointed in your team when they fight so hard.
First question for the student athletes will go from the Daily Campus up front, center.
Matt Demick, Daily Campus. Terrace, can you share with us a little bit about that moment you shared with Dusty May and some of the other guys on the Michigan sideline?
Yeah, I mean, after the game, it was just a whole bunch of emotions flowing through, like playing the school that I literally came in with. So I just remember Coach May recruited me out the portal, saw some of my old guys, old teammates, just talking to my guy, Will Cheddar, Harrison, Amari, and just chopping it up, man. Like, we done came a long way. So I know it sucks to be in this position, but through wins and losses, just thank the Lord for it all. Big man of faith, big man of belief in Jesus, and everything happens for a reason.
On the left side, Westwood.
Josh Graham, Westwood One Sports. Solo, you knew that this was going to be a physical game. When you get the 2 fouls in the first half, but then early in the second half pick up the 2 fouls, just how frustrating was it to sit there for 10 minutes in the national championship game and watch?
Yeah, it's tough. Even going into this game, a lot of people thought I wasn't going to play. So I mean, I don't know what other motivation there would be to be playing a national championship game and playing with this great group of guys that we've had so much fun this year with. And it's definitely frustrating not being on the court for that long and hurt my team at the moment. But I mean, this has been the most fun year of my life, like with this group of guys, and I cherish this team.
To the left of the aisle.
Jake Fenner, Daily Mail. Alex, Dan talks a lot about a warrior mentality within the team. You finished the night in your final college game with 17 points, 11 rebounds, and a double-double. How do you assess your performance in the game overall?
That's great and all, but I care about winning. I want to do everything. I have done everything in my power to help this program win. I want to do everything every time I step on the night and give it my all. And, for Coach to play me 40 minutes, I can't thank him enough. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted is to give everything I got, leave everything I got out there, and try to do everything to help us win. And, we came up short, missed some shots we normally make, but, we gave it our all. So, I'm proud of these guys to my left. I'm proud of the guys in the locker room. I'm proud of Coach, and it's going to sting. But like Tara said, everything happens for a reason.
Up front and center, Zach.
Zach Brazilian, New York Post. I guess for Solo and Terrace, what are you going to remember about playing with Alex the most? And he went out 17 and 11. What did you just think of how he finished despite not winning?
Solo first, please, then Terrace.
I might cry up here just talking about just the impact he's had in the locker room, just throughout every single practice, every single game. He's just always there, and he's the same person every single day. He doesn't change. Incredibly smart, great guy off the court. I mean, I'm going to miss this guy so much. He's going to make so much noise, and I know he's deserving of everything that's coming his way just because of how hard he works. And, man.
Same question to Terrace.
Yeah, I mean, that man down there just, man, it's tough. He's like the most passionate, competitive, loyal person I've ever met, man. Like, just the love he has for the game, the love he has for for us, just a leader. I mean, I never met a person like AK that shows up every day despite good game, bad day, good day. I mean, getting yelled at by coach, getting yelled at by us, but every day he's an everyday guy. Honest guy's going to show up whenever for his team, and like it showed tonight, I mean, he gave it his all, and just a true heart of a champion.
Up front on the left side, Dom. You can pass it to Mike when you're done too, please, Dom. Behind you.
Yeah, Dom Amori, Hartford Current. Alex, you know, the end of a college career is inevitable. Everyone has an expiration date. You knew this moment would come, but you played it out to the last minute of the last battle. Just what are your thoughts? I mean, what are you thinking? What's going through your mind right now?
You know, blessed that I've been able to wear this jersey for the longest amount of time as possible, the max amount of minutes, the max amount of games this season. I came back ultimately to win, fell short, you know, so it hurts right now. It hurts a lot right now, but I'm just reminding myself right now that, you know, when I came into UConn, how much I've grown, and I'm ultimately leaving UConn at a better place right now from where I started. So I gave it everything I got. I gave it my heart. I gave everything. All I thought about was UConn basketball every single day. And for it to, you know, now that I'm leaving, and for UConn to be one of the best brands in college basketball and to be at the top, you know, I left it better than when it started. So, you know, I'm most proud of that.
This will be the final question for the student athletes. Left side, midway back, Mike.
Mike Anthony from Hurston, Connecticut. For Terrace, a very similar question. 2 years you spent at UConn. It seems like you certainly got a lot out of it in basketball development and personal development. What have these last 2 years, this chapter of your life, meant to you?
Man, thank the Lord for it every day. I mean, it wasn't easy choosing UConn the first time, and it's choosing UConn to come back again out the portal. So I give all thanks to the Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and thanks to the man to the left of me, Coach Hurley. I mean, just recruiting me out the portal, coming back a bad Michigan year, and he saw something in me that I didn't even see in myself. So, I mean, top of my head, Ecclesiastes 7:8, better is the ending than the beginning, man. So just looking back at the whole journey I done had, journey with these guys, I mean, I'm going to miss it. So, like I said, the Lord does things in mysterious ways, and I got all my tears out. I'm just blessed to be in the position I am in today, and love these guys for life. They're my brothers for life.
Well, we want to thank Alex, Solo, Braylon, and Terrace for joining us tonight, joining us this weekend, joining us all throughout the tournament and their careers. They're going to head back to the UConn locker room, which is open until 12:25. I need a mic in the front row, please. Thank you, Ben. Thanks, sir. First question for Coach Hurley is going to come from the Hartford Current. First row, yep.
Joe Ruda, Hartford Current. Dan, you said you weren't emotional. It looks like you're starting to get there. But how do you balance the pride that you have in those guys and this team this year with the sadness that comes with the end of it?
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, like I said before, it's like it's hard to have a level of disappointment where literally it just, you know, obviously it just came down to we didn't make enough shots in the basket, you know, like to be able to, you know, keep that team, you know, under 40% from the field, 38%. You know, this team has destroyed everyone they faced in this tournament. Again, your team gives you 22 offensive rebounds, or that's how hard, you know, how hard we played, and just, you know, just what the group has been able to overcome through, you know, just throughout the year, the growth, the way they played in March. I mean, you know, like just the whole experience that this team has given, the coaches, the fan base, to play to the last, to be one of the last two teams standing. I know a lot of people talk about, hey, you're better off losing the first game in the Final Four than losing in the championship. That is the biggest bunch of, it's the biggest bunch of crap of all time. It's such bullshit
stuff.
It is. I mean, it's like, this is where you want it to be. Listen, it hasn't set in yet. On the flight tomorrow, it'll set in. On the bus ride back, eventually it'll hit you that you were close to pulling off, what would have been a historic third championship. But just this team just gave us so much this year, just didn't make enough shots.
To the right of the aisle, Lindsay.
Lindsay Schnell, The Athletic. Dan, how do you sum up what Alex has meant to your program the last few years and his contributions?
Okay, so now they're crying. No, I mean, come on. This guy changed my life, the staff's lives, the joy he's brought to the university, fan base, his decision to come to UConn. It's made us to, Florida won the national championship last year. I'll probably get in trouble for this. Michigan won the national championship this year. But he's helped to make UConn, I think, right now. We're probably the premier program in college basketball right now. Having been to 3 of the 4 national championship games, having won 2 of them. He's put UConn in that rarefied place in college basketball. So everyone owes everything to that guy, and I figure, let me play him into the ground one more time, with just one more 40-minute game for Alex. Let me just play that guy into the ground one more night, like I have throughout his career. He deserved to play 40 minutes.
To the right of the aisle.
Hey, Coach, Evan Miyakawa, evanmiya.com. Obviously, you mentioned Michigan has rolled through this tournament. I know you have a lot of respect for Dusty May. Where does this Michigan team rank for you in terms of the most difficult opponents that you've played in your career?
Well, it's one of the better teams that I've played. Certainly since I've been a college basketball coach now. Like when I was back at Rhode Island, I coached against an Arizona team with Aaron Gordon and Hollis Jefferson and Nick Johnson and T.J. McConnell. I've coached against some teams, with a lot of good players. They're legit. I mean, they're definitely, deserve to win the national championship. They're clearly the best team in the country this year. They're just so hard to score against at the rim. I could talk about the threes that we missed, and I thought we had a lot of good threes that we missed, but they just made it so tough on us around the rim. I mean, it was probably what even got us more than the missed threes was some of those rim shots, solos, transition basket. I think they cut it to 4. Could have put some serious game pressure on them. They changed so many shots around the rim. They're just so tall.
Front and center, reporter Calhoun.
Sam Callahan, Daily Campus. Coach, we've talked about Alex Karaban, what he's meant to this program, but Luke Murray, long overdue getting a head coaching job. You've been with him since the Wagner days. Just talk about what he's meant to this program and just to you over the years.
Yeah, Luke's like a brother. We're both very similar. I mean, we're both hard to work with. No, we're very similar though. We're like the same person, and we're both bald. He's a brother. I mean, he's worked with me at every place I've been. We've made each other better. We've got a deep friendship, and Boston College is about to have a renaissance in basketball.
Up front, center, Zach. This will be the final question for Coach Hurley.
Is that a pressure, Zach? Come on, buddy. Don't blow it.
Dan, how much did the officiating change the game tonight?
This guy. I mean, is there fine? I mean, what I know about fines, is there fine?
Fine for Zach?
I think so. I mean,
just it seemed like it was very inconsistent from first half to second half, and touch fouls.
Hey, listen, that's an all-star group there. I mean, Kip, Kip and Jeff. I mean, obviously, and James, who we're familiar with as well. It's such a physical game. I mean, Michigan is so physical. I just thought, and again, it's not the reason why we lost the game. Obviously, plus 13 at the free throw line, plus 12 in attempts. I just thought that the first half, foul trouble, really. I thought we were, positioned if we didn't have that foul trouble to potentially go into the halftime with a lead. You go in with a lead, and they make a run. You're down 5 instead of 11. But we also too, a problem for our team has been undisciplined fouling, at times. But it's hard to ref that game. We both played so hard. I mean, that's not an easy, game to officiate. And if I could have those 3 guys ref, every game the rest of my career, I would sleep well at night.
We want to thank Coach Hurley. We want to congratulate UConn on 3 appearances here in the last 4 years.